Yeah, we're 10 years older than you.
Damn. Did
Yeah,
y'all see the pyramids when they were built?
All right, Zachary. 3, 2, 1, here we go. I want to know, is that your real hair?
Yes. Except the
Is it
back. It is a little bit of extension to make it a little bit longer. But yes, my hair.
is it so do you dye it often? And, like, how often do you have to do
Oh
the
yeah,
red?
100%. Changing it next week actually, but yeah, pretty often. Typically I'll dye like the front some color and then the rest just black because bleaching is a nightmare.
Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
Whenever I
Killer makeup too, dude. I
Thank
mean,
you. I appreciate it.
obviously that's your thing, right? Like,
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm checking out your page right now. I was looking at it a few days ago as well. Um, just all killer shit, man. Like,
I really appreciate that.
like,
Thank you.
like very impressive.
did you go to school or anything?
Nope, just done it since I was a kid and it kind of stuck, I guess.
Good
Hell yeah.
Lord. So so tell me this, what like the photos you post are like they're insane. They're crazy, crazy, crazy good. Like I know there's editing involved on like the picture itself, but for the majority of it, is it straight up makeup?
Oh, 1000%. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like something I'm very against. Everybody does a little filter, make it darker just because you have a ring light on. Like, obviously, if I was posting this on Instagram, I'd have the contrast way lower, but I don't know how to do that on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely that. Or if some photos I don't have a background for, I either use like the one plain wall in my house or I'll edit the background like something like for the Beetlejuice looks. I didn't have a background for that, so I just edited pictures I found on Pinterest as the
Yeah.
background.
I mean,
So
this I'm looking at this Evil Dead Rise one. Like, holy
Mhm.
shit, dude.
I'm gonna look at that
Yeah,
too.
that's in my bathroom, like in my bathtub.
Like for a second when I scrolled, I was like, oh, it's just a picture from the movie. And I was like, oh no, wait. That's
Yeah,
fucking killer, man.
when I saw that scene in the trailer, I was like, I'd done that before I'd even saw the movie, and thank God the movie was actually good because that would have been. Oh,
You liked it? You liked the movie?
I
You
really enjoyed it. Yeah, I definitely prefer the originals and the 2013 one, but it's still very good.
I
I
love
have
that line too. Mommies with the maggots now.
Oh
That is
God,
just classic.
that is
I want
so
to know how deep the bathtub was in that movie because I had to crouch down like a motherfucker to get that photo.
It definitely went lower. I mean, when she falls in it, right? They had to have had at
Yeah,
least
it's just a hole in the floor. That's
yeah,
why that's what they're lying about. Yeah,
they had to do at least a couple of feet for sure.
for
so
real.
how did you do your hair in that photo?
It's basically just a wig, a lace front wig, so it looks like scalp. Because
Uh-huh.
I don't play that synthetic mess because that just looks like Party City. But literally get that wig and got it wet with hair gel and water and
Oh
Yeah,
my
it looks
God.
scrunched it a
so
little.
killer.
It does. It looks like a movie, for like a movie still, from the movie. That looks amazing.
That's what I'm
Thank you.
saying, man. Like a lot of these do. I mean, you do such a good job, even with like, um, which one am I looking at here?
I mean, even just your regular makeup, like your like contour, like on your cheeks and stuff like that, looks fucking brilliant.
Yo,
Thank you. I
Taylor,
appreciate that.
bravo,
Well,
Taylor, with the
my
contour,
my
man.
wife
I
my
know.
wife talks about it. I've actually showed my
Hawk
wife you.
ally.
I've shown my wife so many photos of yours, and she's like, "Oh my God, I wish I could do makeup like that," because she's always complaining about like all this stuff, and I'm like, "This guy's got it. Like he knows what
Oh,
the
even
heck
if you're
he's
good at
doing."
it, you still like saying fuck, shit, damn, like every 5 seconds, like
Yeah,
fixing shit.
dude. Yeah.
So you started doing this when you were young, though.
Oh, very like I remember the old. I wish I had one to like show you what I'm talking about, but I'm sure you can picture it. But my mom used to get the like little, like big paint palettes at Halloween time at Party City and Spirit Halloween, and because obviously we weren't spending a bunch of money on makeup back then. If I didn't know I could do it,
Right.
but got the hang of it with that stuff, and just slowly as I got older, My teacher was like YouTube, but this was back in the day before like every dude on YouTube or person on YouTube that was doing makeup was like glam. Like back in the day, if you wanted subscribers, you had to
Right.
look do crazy shit, and most of them don't even make YouTube videos anymore, ironically enough. But that is where I learned 90% of that, and then trial and error.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah,
So
starting that young too. I mean, Halloween must have been fucking fun for you.
Oh, early 2000s Halloween. I love those videos on TikTok that are like POV, you grew up in
Yeah,
the
me
early
too.
style, like the McDonald's buckets and shit. Because our generation had those too. It wasn't just the 80s. We had like the Scooby Doo ones and the, God, I forget which ones. I think there was like Monster High ones too.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm. So did you do stuff on your friends and stuff like that for Halloween? Like, did you do
Uh,
the makeup?
Ironically enough, it wasn't Halloween. I remember the first time doing makeup on somebody was I was in, I think, preschool, and one of the girls had bought like one of those like cheap makeup kits that you get somebody for like Easter or some shit if you have like a child. And I remember we'd be putting like lip gloss and shit on. So it's been for a very very long time.
Huh.
But and then working in the haunt industry, obviously doing makeup on people.
Okay. Are you looking to go into like makeup effects or anything like that?
I would love to. I graduated with a business degree though, so I'm a little bit more on the professional side when it comes to stuff that I want to do as a career. But would love to get into that. But the likelihood of stuff like that lasting forever or being working out great is like I need to be a little bit more practical.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel that. Um,
Mm.
Damn it, I had a fucking question.
You always lose your questions,
I
bro.
do. Yeah. I'm looking at the makeup while you're talking. Like what like the blood running down your mouth and like on your nose and stuff. And then I'm thinking immediately I go from that, I go to your eyes and I'm like, how many contacts? How many contacts do you have?
Not a crazy amount, maybe like 7 pairs.
Yeah,
Mm,
so I guess they're reusable or whatever.
Oh yeah, they last for like a year and then you replace them.
mm,
I see ghosts
Debs.
back there too.
mm.
Oh yeah, Papa Emeritus and
Yes.
Michael in the back.
I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, dope setup. So where do
Thank
you
you.
where are you from?
North Carolina, like right outside of Charlotte.
Gotcha.
Oh, dude, you're not far from me.
Yeah,
Um,
you're both Southern peeps. I can hear it in the accent.
really?
Really, I feel like I can hear it. I can't hear it in your accent
Taylor's.
exactly. That's crazy.
I can hear it in Taylor's. I can hear it in yours. Me, I'm an up north guy, so I live in Maine. So
Every time I go up north, I think specifically like Salem area. I'm like, God, I'm gonna move up here. And then I get anywhere outside of that, I'm like, thank God I'm from the South. Like, you hear the banjos start playing, I'm like, yeah, never. I'm good.
yeah, gets a little redneckish, but yeah, I'm all the way up here in Maine, so I'm like I'm I got some hicks around me and stuff, but I like it up here. I
Oh
like the
yeah.
fall season, and I like all the seasons and stuff like that. So it's really cool. But
Oh, the fall season there is
oh, it's unbelievable.
chef's kiss.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it's the best.
I agree. Yeah, my wife and I are actually going up to meet John in October.
Yeah,
Uh,
October, you're coming up. You're coming
Oh,
up the first week.
yeah, yeah, I think we're flying into Boston to go to Salem. We've never been there, so I'm pretty pumped about that.
oh, it's phenomenal.
Yeah,
How many
Salem's great.
how many times you been?
Like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Do you go
Yeah, I've been since before the pandemic, but yeah.
do you go during like Halloween or do you just go in general?
Uh, I've been in different times of the year. I've been in fall like twice. One week I was there like a couple days before Halloween. And then one time I was there in February and it was snowing, so it was like
Mm.
really pretty outside. And it's crazy because here we get like an inch of snow and they're like, evacuate, you need to like stay home. And then up
Yeah.
there, they're like, I literally was at the outlet mall shopping and it was salt on the sidewalk. Like, you just function normally
Oh
up
yeah.
there. Here they're like, oh God, end of the world. Go get the
Yeah.
milk and bread.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we get fucking couple feet of snow up here and everything's still going on,
Oh yeah, no,
Pretty
not
normal.
here. We get an inch of snow. They're like, school's out.
That's exactly right. Same way here. John was actually sending me videos this past winter, and he's like going to work, and like he's like gotta take the kid to school, and I'm just like, dude, like we would be like there, nothing would be like roofs would be like collapsing in and everything. Like people just don't
Literally,
know.
the main roads are the main roads are like the only ones here that maybe get salted. Maybe.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah, yeah.
Where
We
do you
got
live?
Tennessee, so Nashville.
Oh, work. Love Tennessee. Yeah, I'll be up there in a few weeks actually.
What are you doing?
Going to see Ghost in Nashville.
Oh, what the fuck? How did I miss this? When is it?
August 27th, I believe. It's on a Sunday.
Wherever the fuck they are playing. Where is that?
It's an amphitheater. That's all I know.
Okay.
I'm not. I can tell you where stuff is in like Gatlinburg area, but Nashville, I've never been. So
Yeah, yeah,
cannot.
yeah. All right, yeah. So I've seen Ghost 3 times now. I go dressed up head to toe, pop armors, like uh, you know, it's the actually went to a festival. Shit ton of people. It was like a 3-day weekend. It was a metal festival in where Bonnaroo's at. Uh,
No,
2019 something. Do what?
is
Oh,
that
so you
always in
saw him as Copia.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
is that
What'd you
always
say,
in
John?
Tennessee? Is that always in Tennessee? Where's Bonnaroo?
Bonnaroo? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's like an hour from me. It's in Manchester. So this place was the same place, just everybody's like Lamb of God and fucking Seether and just some other bands. But it was a good festival, and they were like, yeah, we're never gonna do it again. But Ghost was there, and that was the only reason why I went, because I wanted to see Ghost again. And we went dressed up there, and my wife, she was one of the ghouls, my buddy was another ghoul, and we almost didn't even make the concert because we got stopped. Just boom, boom, boom. Everybody wanted to take pictures. It was the
Oh yeah, yeah.
and so Papa, he ended up coming up and handing me a rose on stage because I was right there at the stage, and he grabbed
Oh
a
yeah.
rose and
Always
handed
got to
it
be
to
at the
me.
pit barricade.
So I was super excited, dude. I tell you what, my favorite songs that he plays, the tinkle, he tickles your taint, uh,
Yeah.
Mummy Dust. Mummy Dust. Like
Oh god,
people
too
are
good.
holding up signs that says "Tickle my taint," and I fucking love it. It's so much fun.
So good. And they shoot the mummy dust bills out.
Yeah, yeah, I got a bunch of those actually. Um, but yeah, dude, that's cool. You like Ghost. I'm going to see Rob Zombie in September. Did you go to that? Was it Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie?
Yeah, I'm going to them like 2 days after I see Ghost.
Okay, yeah, we're going in September here in Nashville, so pretty excited about that. I've never seen him before.
Oh, you've never seen Rob Zombie?
No, I've been
Oh
dying.
my god, you are in for a fucking treat.
Yeah, you think it's still
And
going to be
with
as
Alice
good though?
Cooper.
Yeah, well, see, I'm not a huge Alice Cooper fan. I like Alice Cooper, but Alice Cooper's like he's finishing, he's headlining. So like Rob Zombie's opening for him. You think he's still going to be as good?
Oh, 1000%. Like Alice literally puts on him, Ghost, and Zombie probably put on the best live performances without question. Stage
Really?
production, they sound great. Yeah.
Man, I wouldn't picture Alice Cooper putting on like,
Oh, he
you know,
truly you were in for a treat. Like he puts on an incredible show.
I was actually going to leave after um what's that? I'm 18. I think that's his third song. I seen the set list and I was like, I at least want to hear that and I'm out. But I might stay if it's like pretty intense.
Oh, you need to. It's definitely worth it. I see. I'm coming later because I don't really care for the opening bands like Filter and who else is it?
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm gonna go later as well. We're gonna go hit the bars in Nashville and then just kind of show up. But I don't want to miss anything, so I'm probably gonna end up getting there early. But yeah, dude,
I
I'm
wish it was
pumped.
Murder Dolls like back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. See, that Murder Doll is not one that I really listen to too
Mm.
terribly much. I've always been a huge Lamb of God fan though. Like, do you ever listen to Lamb of God?
Not too much. No, I remember that they opened up for Emotionless and White a few years back.
That's a good band too.
Mm.
You put me in the mind of like a Motionless and White. Like back, I don't know how they dress now, like, but like used to, their style was like your style. It's just crazy cool looking.
Oh, I miss those days, dude. Like Reincarnate era.
Mm. Yeah, I hadn't seen them in a
I
long.
like their new music, but yeah, I don't like their new. I like their new music, but I don't really care for the aesthetic, like the whole video game thing. It's not really my thing as much.
I haven't listened to them in forever. I did start listening to fuck, what's his name, man? He went through like several bands and now he's huge again. You know what? It'll come to me, but I can't remember. John, you got anything to say, brother?
Um, yeah, I want to get into a little bit of horror here.
Sounds
What
great.
what so what are your favorite movies? I know that's pretty cliche, but
Yeah, there's plenty of them. Like I love anything from like the Silver Screen because it's I love Invisible Man, Creature from the Black Lagoon,
mm,
The Mad Monster, and I love stuff from 70s and especially 80s. Like 80s horror is like my thing,
best.
but like love I love Halloween obviously, but I am one of the few people I feel like that like lives for Halloween 4. Like that is like one of my favorite sequels like ever made. Like the beginning of that like gives me all the Halloween
Yep.
vibes, and I'm definitely more of an Evil Dead 2 fan than the original, without question, because I like how much more camp and over the top that it is
Yeah, it
compared
is over
to
the
the
top.
first one.
And
Kind
the
of like the difference
practical effects
between
are great.
yeah, it's kind of like the difference between Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one of those you like better?
Oh, House of a Thousand,
Yeah.
100%.
It's like one of my
Yeah.
favorite movies. I love that movie so much.
Yeah, that's one of those movies that I put on for like a feel good shit, you know. Like as
Oh,
background noise,
1000%.
anything I'm doing, I just flip that on. As long as I got Fish Boy, I'm good.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
crazy how different those movies are, man.
Hmm.
Like for being sequels, like how
really.
crazy different they are. Like I feel like Rejects is almost like a drama action movie compared to House, where House is like balls to the wall horror, and then gives me like Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes, where it feels like dirty, you know what I mean? And then
Oh,
Rejects like
1000%.
Rejects is like almost drama filled, and then the characters all look a little bit different, obviously, but still both great movies.
I remember when that come out and Otis, I was like, fuck, Otis looks cool as shit with that fucking beard. I was
Yeah.
just like, this is the
And he just
coolest
like
thing ever.
he like wasn't albino anymore or whatever, you know what I mean? He just
Yeah.
looked completely different. Yeah,
Is
Moses
it
is
weird
great.
watching those scenes, like the deleted scenes of like Dr. Satan, and you're like, oh God, that would not fit in with this movie at all? Have you
No,
seen those?
exactly. Yeah, like at the they were supposed to be at the beginning, right?
In the hospital, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it wouldn't fit in, and it was kind of weird that they just kind of threw it away. That's why it felt different, you know. It felt like when they were on the run, it like felt like this crime drama type thing, obviously with a bunch of horror thrown in. But yeah, I did see those deleted scenes, and I was like, oh yeah, this definitely wouldn't have worked because I was a guy that was like, I
Mhm.
want like Dr. Satan was like my shit. I was like,
Yeah.
I want Dr. Satan, so like I wanted a spin off of him, and but yeah, it wouldn't have worked in the movie, but
No, he's a bit too cartoony.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
What'd you think about Three from Hell?
I love Three from Hell. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people. I feel like everybody's main complaint is also my complaint. Like I definitely wish I was more Spalding, but obviously Sid Haig could not help that. But
Yeah.
Right.
I enjoyed. I watched quite a bit, especially that tape that you custom made for me. I watch that shit all the time.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, I forgot about that. So Three from Hell was the first time I watched that, I literally had no complaints. I absolutely adored how much he made Baby a badass. And like I liked
Oh,
how
1000%.
like he made her even more crazy. And that's like that's just like how do you go more crazy than Baby? And then you have Three from Hell and you're just like, but then she's like a quiet, almost like even more unpredictable person. And it's just so much fun. And she's a badass. I mean, she's just so fucking cool. I loved it.
See, I was the opposite. I didn't like Three from Hell at all. I don't know. I understood where he was going with it, but I think missing Spalding was just
Oh yeah,
huge, man. It was just like I wanted him in it so bad, and
100%.
I know he couldn't, but like I was hoping they would lean in, like because I love Richard Brake as well. I was hoping they'd lean into
Oh
his character a
yes.
little bit more, but they went crazy with Baby, which is fine. I understand that, but I really was like, oh man, you have this cool character that Richard Brake is playing, and like I feel like he didn't lean into it as much as he could have, and he went the Baby route, which is fine because I mean she's a main character, obviously, but I don't know, definitely not one of my favorite zombie movies, but pretty much I think that 31 I wasn't a
Yeah.
huge fan of.
Oh,
Basically only those two movies though.
I was about to ask you, Zachary, if you had to rate, I'm gonna ask you to rate them. What from your most favorite zombie film to your least favorite?
My most favorite is gonna be Corpses. Like time and time again, that movie never gets old. I feel like I would see something new in that every time I watch that, even though I've seen that probably well over 200 times, if not more than that. And least favorite's El Super Visto. I don't give. I just adult animation is just so corny to me. After a while, it's like,
I kind of forgot about El
I don't
Super Beasto.
I
know. Yeah,
I actually so I I watched that for the first time with my son like a year and a half ago. Like I always just kind of put it off because I just didn't want to watch it. Like it was like I don't like animation type films, unless it's like Moana. And
oh, T. I'm with you on that.
dude, I fucking love Moana. But we ended up watching it, and it's my son was like digging it. I probably definitely shouldn't have let him watch it, but
Parenting tips. 101.
yeah, 100%. Don't let your kid watch that. And my son, he's just the type that he like kind of focuses. He gets sucked into it, and I'm like, damn it, he's into this shit. And he's gonna be pissed at me if I turn it off.
Right.
And so like
Oh yeah.
we just kind of went through the hoops with it, and I enjoyed watching it just simply because of him. That would be my only like thing. But yeah, I agree with you. El Super Beasto and 31. John, you said 31. 31's my least as well.
Yeah, that movie felt well. It was like crowdfunded, which I think a couple of them were, but like I don't think he got that much money for that one. Like Richard Brake
Yeah,
was great
31 was
again. Richard Brake was
31 was
awesome.
a fan act. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And it was just it felt like not cheap. I would never, now that I'm making films and stuff, I'd never want to knock someone's hustle, but yeah, it felt cheaper than the rest of his movies. Um yeah, I'd say 31 is probably my least favorite, and then House is probably my favorite. Second to House would be Lords of Salem.
Lords
I
of
fucking
Salem.
love that movie, dude.
Yes.
Oh
I'd
man.
have to agree. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Lord Salem
movie's
was so damn good.
so good, man. He just went like the ending of that movie is just so like out of left field.
But
I'm
I
like,
do
this is
love
great.
31.
You do? Big
Love
31 person?
31. Yeah.
Cool, cool.
I
Yeah, I
like the
mean,
characters.
yeah, I was just gonna say that. The characters are great. They are cool.
Richard Brake is fucking amazing in
That's
that.
the I'm not crazy, I'm in control thing. Holy shit, it's so
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
I love him though, like as an actor too. Like him in Barbarian. Like not a
Yeah.
huge role or anything, but just
Talk
like
yeah, talk about coming out of left field. Holy shit.
yeah.
That movie's wild.
But like he was even the ice frozen fucking what's that Game of Thrones,
Yeah,
you
he
know?
was the
I think that's crazy when I think about that. Like that he was the Night King in Game of
Night
Thrones.
King.
Night King,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
He was
Like
great. He was great. He was
you
so
can't
good.
tell, yeah. And the makeup was, but he did so fucking perfectly for that role,
Yeah.
Like, of course, you never have to say a word; you just kind of have to look mean. But
Yeah, you just sit in makeup
Yeah.
for fucking 6 hours and then go like this.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
I
you
feel
got
like
it
they
down.
definitely should have more dominant roles in that, like the White Walkers and the Night King, obviously.
Yeah,
Like a little bit.
they should have leaned into that. Like I feel like the ending of Thrones was like, oh, like
dude, they rushed
Oh
the
yeah,
hell
I
out
did
of
not
it.
like the ending.
they built up the White Walkers and you were like, oh my god, this could be like an epic showdown. And then it was like, oh, they got defeated in one night. Like it was
One
over.
night, and
Like
you
they
couldn't
just
see shit. You couldn't see
yeah.
shit the entire
Yeah, it
time.
was so
Oh yeah,
dark. It
I
was
remember that.
so dark, man. And it was just like, oh, it's done. Like I thought they were like this because like I'm a big Lord of the Rings guy too. So like they were talking about how it was like going to be more epic than like the Battle of Helm's Deep and the Two Towers. And I'm like, wow, this is going to be crazy then because the Battle of Helm's Deep is like an hour long. Like it's this massive fucking battle. And then it was like, oh, 10 minutes of people being like, boom, 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 dead.
Dude,
I was like, oh, fuck.
I tell you
Yeah.
what,
What are your thoughts of House of the Dragon then?
So I started watching it, but I did not finish it. I can't say anything on that, John.
Yeah, I watched it all. I liked it. I don't know where it's gonna go. It was a little odd that they jumped. I mean, they jump years ahead. You know what I mean? And it was
Yeah.
so it was that almost seems rushed. But I don't know how many scenes or I don't know how many seasons they're gonna do. I don't know if I don't even know if it's being brought back. Do we know?
Yeah, it's actually shockingly still being filmed even with all the strike stuff going on because it's done in the UK.
Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, I mean it looked great. It was the dragons look fucking cool as shit. And I mean I like the storyline so far, I guess. I mean, I think I like Thrones better still, obviously,
Mm.
but it
Was
kind
it
of
was like how does it build up? Because I quit watching because I'm just like, man, this is not like building up enough for me. Like it seemed like Thrones really, for some reason, just right off the bat, you're just like, fuck, okay, I'm
yeah.
in, you know?
Yeah, it's like every episode you're like, okay, I gotta play another one because it's
Yeah,
that
this
good.
one,
Yeah.
it just
Yeah, yeah.
really didn't do that for me.
Yeah, this one is
But
like every episode, it's like years ahead. You know what I mean? It like
yeah.
the story, you know, goes quickly, but it is a little like throws you off a little bit for sure.
Does it pick up though? And like the
The
ending is pretty legit.
yeah, the ending is good. The ending is good.
But
Okay.
it does end on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it
So keep
does.
Yeah.
That's where I was wondering if they were even like doing it more because I know it didn't get nearly the same audience as like the first season of Thrones, but so I didn't know if they were going to keep going with it or not. But I guess it's good that they did. There's some cool stuff that like obviously goes with Thrones and stuff like that. So it's cool to connect those stories.
I
Um,
think
definitely.
I think people should do more what Netflix does. Like they'll have like these series and they'll just like boom, there you go, there's all of it.
yeah,
Like that way you don't have to wait and wait and wait. And then I think that kind of like, I mean, it's just me.
I will say I agree with that, but I feel like that is where we have all these like one season and it's over. Do
true.
you know what I'm saying? And like they don't continue it anymore. Which I get if that's the purpose from the beginning, sure, I get it. Like if it's like a limited series, kind of like
Right.
the Dahmer series was, which that was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
so
But
good. So good.
but if it's like meant to be like seasons long, you're kind of like okay, and then it just cuts off.
Yeah. Yeah, like I agree. I think it is cool when it all comes out at once, but also I think like the world is just so impatient now. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I think a lot of these shows fail, especially the horror genre because like it's put out so quickly and then it feels like 2 years before another season comes out
Yeah.
because some seasons when they're on TV and you have to watch it weekly take 3-4 months
Yeah.
and like so and they're already filming the next season and then it feels like just under a year that they come out now when they just put it out it's like okay now I have like like with like Stranger Things and stuff it's like
Yeah.
such a good
Oh.
fucking show that it's like boom all of a sudden you're like oh I gotta wait fucking a year and a half
Yeah.
like and I think people lose interest a little bit they forget about the show probably maybe they don't do as well after that but who knows.
I don't know, like for us with like Stranger Things, yeah, I like I've not thought about it, but when that
Right.
comes out, I know my wife and I know what she's gonna do, and she's gonna be like, hey, we're watching every season, and then we're
Right.
going into this one. So
Oh
I feel
yeah,
like,
really though. I'm the same fucking way.
yeah,
Yeah, that show, but I mean, that's just different, man. That show's unbelievable. Like, it's just that's one that just hangs on, right? There are some shows that aren't like that. They just don't
yeah.
like. Have you
What's
guys
that?
watched
What's
the
that? House of Hillham or Hill Haunted Hill?
Haunting of Hill House?
Yeah, and then
Oh,
there was
love
another one, right? Like a
Yeah,
midnight something.
there was a
Midnight Mass was phenomenal.
dude. Thank you. I thought we were gonna talk shit for a second.
No,
I
I've
was
not seen it, so
I was
Oh,
gonna
I
be a
love
little
and
pissed because
Haunting
I
of Hill
fucking
House, the bent
yeah.
neck lady.
no,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that one is fucking great,
So
brilliant. I
good, man.
love trying to find all the ghosts.
Yeah.
Rewatched it a couple of times, but there was another one, and then
Yeah.
that's a prime example of one that like I'm done with
Yeah,
it.
it
It's
was
the same thing,
and it was like a love story. It was the Haunting of Bly Manor.
Oh, lame,
Yeah, it was
lame,
so
not
lame.
fun.
So lame. I hated it. But like I mean
Midnight
Midnight,
Mass made up for
yeah,
that tenfold.
absolutely. Absolutely. And
Are they
like
all the same?
no, that's a
No,
completely different story. But
Okay.
I mean Mike Flanagan is just killer, dude. Like he's so good. He did all those obviously. And then he did like the new Doctor Sleep movie and
Oh,
he
I
did
hate that movie.
what?
I
I
love
don't
that
like any of
movie.
that shit.
Dude. Oh, you hate Stephen King though.
I do. That movie was
Yeah.
so
Oh
hard
my
for me to sit
god,
through. I
block.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Click delete.
Yeah, no, I love Doctor Sleep. I like it. I mean, he did. What else did he do? Hush, was that the one about the deaf girl?
Oh, that was so good. That was
That
Stephen
was
King.
no, that was Flanagan who did Midnight Mass,
Oh,
and so he did that. He did something else too. I can't remember.
Hush was great.
Yeah, Hush was cool.
I didn't like the only thing my complaint about Hush was that like I wanted the mask on. I didn't want him to take it off. You know, like
Yeah,
yeah.
the mask made it more. But then I guess it's like I get where they were
I,
coming from, but just keep the mask on. You know.
yeah, I
yeah.
haven't seen that movie since it came out on Netflix like years ago. I need to give it a rewatch. But I
Yeah,
remember
that was
liking
like
it.
that was like one of his first ones, I think, and that's his wife. I
Oh
think
really?
it's what's her name?
Blake Lively.
Definitely not, but wow, that girl's smoking it. But uh but he did Hush, he did Midnight Mass. And the new one was The Midnight Club. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Not seen that one
You
yet. I
guys should
didn't
check that
realize
one
that was
out.
him.
That's pretty cool. It's like it's basically like an Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like, but it's based in like
Oh, I love. Yeah.
yeah. So it's based in a it's like a house for terminally ill kids. So it's like kids go to live there to like cope with their impending doom, you know what I mean? And like they
Dang.
all they all live there, and then but they all wake up at midnight and go down to the library, pour drinks, and each one of them tells a story. And so it's like each episode is like a different story, but at the
Oh
same time, like things are happening in the house, like that it's
yeah,
it's all this crazy shit.
that's fun. That
Yeah,
seems
it's
fun.
cool. And what's her name's in it?
Blake
Uh,
Lively.
I think you just need to watch The Shallows and
yeah.
like
We just
put
did
it
our
on
shark.
repeat.
We just did our Shark Week episode, so he's been talking
Yeah.
about Blake Lively for fucking 5 days now.
I love that movie though, ironically.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
great. It's great. It's fun.
But what's her name from uh A Nightmare on Elm Street's in it too, in Midnight Club.
Oh, there's like 7 nightmares. Oh,
Uh
you talking about
Nancy?
Nancy?
Nancy, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's in it.
Oh damn.
It's a good show, man, but it kind of leaves on like a little bit of a cliffhanger, and I think it got canceled, which sucks because it was great.
There's one show that got canceled, and if you have not seen it, anybody watching this, if you have not seen it, please go watch it. It's called The Following with Kevin Bacon.
Oh yeah.
There's 3 seasons of it, and it leaves you on a cliffhanger, but it got canceled. But
It's the
fucking
worst when that
hell,
happens, dude.
dude, that show is beyond amazing. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. I'd forget, but like
Oh, you're
that's a
fine.
great show.
Yeah,
I'll have to check that out. I've not seen that. Speaking of following, I don't know if y'all feel the same way. I feel like that I don't get the hype for It Follows. I don't
yeah,
know.
I didn't love that movie either.
No,
I mean,
that's the one with the car, right? Like on the
Yeah,
cover.
I saw that in theaters. It was all right.
Yeah, my wife, she was like, I hate this fucking movie, and I'm like, I've not seen it. Can I please watch it? I hate this fucking movie. And then we watched, and I was like, I get it. Like, yeah, it's
It's
not
just boring. Like I don't
Yeah.
know.
yeah.
It's kind of like I feel like besides like X and Pearl, I don't really care for Ty West's other films. Like I feel like that House of the Devil is like a like snooze fest, except for that one moment.
Yeah.
hands down.
Looks cool though.
Looks
It's
amazing.
shot,
Oh yeah,
it's
hello.
shot brilliantly, but I mean his cinematography is great because it's always like grainy and looks 80s and shit.
I'm
But yeah.
100% agreeing with you on that because I hate stuff that's like. And I saw the Terrifier re-release in theaters last week, and I feel like they've remastered that movie since it's came out because I remember watching that on Netflix and being not a fan because of how like it almost looks like it was being shot like a porn POV. It was like too clear. Like I was like, where's the
Yeah.
grain? Where's the color grade?
Right.
Yeah.
And you're talking about the first one, right?
Yes, because the second
Yeah.
one didn't have that problem. It looked fine. The color grading was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate both of those movies, so I mean I like the
David Howard
second.
Thornton's a little odd, but that's
Yeah, I like
another
the
story.
second one better because I mean the practical effects are unbelievable in it, right? Like the kills and the gore is fucking sweet. But I'm just like I watched that movie and I'm like, okay, it's ending. Oh no, it's not ending.
Yeah.
Okay, it's ending now. Oh no, wait, still going. Like
Which
when
which
does
one are you talking about? The second one?
the second one? Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
when does the movie end? All of a sudden he goes down
I
another hole and I'm like, what's going on here? Like there's like 3 endings to this movie and I don't really get what's going on.
I was not a fan personally. I was not a fan of the second one. I'm just like, you fucking ruined this.
Heck, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think the first one was brilliant because it was just this weird fucking thing, like
Yeah,
it
you
was
liked the
dirty.
aspect. Yeah, you like the aspect that there was almost like no story made it like
Yeah,
better. Yeah,
I just like you don't know what the fuck's going on. Like it's just
right.
this weird, dirty film, and you're like, I don't know if I like this. But then you like think about it, so you're like, okay, I like this. But then he's all like, oh, I got this fucking bitch with wings and a like sword and shit. She's gonna come out like Wonder Woman and fucking. I'm just like, dude, come on, like this
This
is
the second one when he just has like the bag full of tools. I'm like, man, that's gonna get pretty heavy, bro. Like
yeah.
he's just carrying around like these
Is
bats
that
and all
Hefty
this.
brand? Yeah. Is that Glad or Glade or whatever?
Yeah, like holy shit, I gotta buy those trash bags, dude. Like those things are
Oh,
nice.
gee, though, right?
That's
That's
funny.
hilarious. Yeah, I don't know, man. I understand and I appreciate the movies because like I mean, obviously he set the world on fire with these movies. Like they're
Mhm.
people love them, dude. People are just going crazy over them. But like I don't know where they go. Like where does the third one go? Like what like I have
He
no
says he's gonna
idea.
do it even more brutal than what he did the second one, and like,
Which is great, I guess.
yeah, like
I
I'm
think that's
so
what
into
people
that.
want.
Yeah,
Absolutely. But like where
the
does this
storyline, the
yeah, where
storyline. You got
like
to
do you
have a
get
storyline.
I would really like at this point to like understand where like art's coming from, like what the fuck is going on. Like there was a few times in the second one where I was like, whoa, like I was getting kind of deep in my head. I was like, this could be crazy. Like, what if he was like, because like this new family comes in and like the dad isn't there and like something weird happened with the dad that you don't know about. And I'm like, what if Art is like the dad? Because he got in a car accident, right? Is what happened. And he like got like had like brain injuries and stuff. I'm like, what if he kind of went mental and turned into this weird, insane clown because he has brain problems? And I
Yeah,
was like, what if Art is like the dad of this family? Like that would be fucking crazy. But I mean, I don't think that's where they're going with it. But like at some point, I would like some sort of backstory of like what's going on in this dude's head. Like,
Zachary, how'd you feel about the little girl part of it, like the inner voice or whatever?
I mean, I won't lie, as cool as she is, and obviously I've cosplayed her, so hello. I do like that character, but again, I feel like when I watch those movies, it's kind of like watching like Spookies. There's really no like story. It's just a fun watch, like
yeah,
gore. I feel like I'm mentally stimulated,
right,
if that
Okay,
right,
makes
right.
watch those.
it does. It does.
Like I don't go to I don't go to that for like Criterion Collection filmmaking by any means. And
Right.
that I feel like is a problem with a lot of people's ratings on things. Like
That is.
I feel like I see a lot of people going in on the new Haunted Mansion movie too, and it's like it's not meant to be like it's not. We're not watching Oppenheimer like it's fucking Haunted Mansion. Like it's gonna be cheesy.
Right,
Like
right,
you know
right.
what I mean?
I don't
Yeah,
know anything
absolutely.
about those films. I didn't like the first. I was too old when the first one come out, and my wife, she's like 6 years younger than me.
What, the
She's
Haunted
like,
Mansion ones?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the first one or whatever, like the one
Yeah,
with
with
or
Eddie
maybe
Murphy.
maybe that was a remake of.
Eddie Murphy. I love that one.
No,
Yeah, she,
I think that was the first one because I think it's
Yeah,
just
that
based
was. There's
off.
only one other one. It's the Eddie Murphy
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
yeah,
it's just based off one of the attractions, right?
correct. Yeah,
So it's based off an attraction.
and that
So
is like one of the best rides ever.
really, see,
At
that's cool.
Disney.
Yes.
Oh, I just went on that. I didn't like that either. I don't like that.
Damn, girl. Block report.
I didn't report. Oh, yeah, dude. I wouldn't have like
Dude, you're
we
fucking
went.
canceled, bro. Like,
I
what are you
know,
I
like
doing?
know over it.
everybody's gonna be so upset at me. But no, like the first one, I was too old to watch it, or not too old. I was just like too cool, I guess, to watch it. And my wife's like, "What? This is my favorite. Like, we gotta watch." Like,
Is that what she sounds like?
yes, 100%. And so, like, I've watched it again, and like, even my kids are like, my daughter, she'll go like that, and I'm just like, down. I'm down. Let's change it. But so I'm hoping this new one's gonna be cool. Like, I don't know anything about it though either.
I
But
feel
the
like if you don't
ride
get the
sucked.
ride, yeah, I feel like if you don't get the ride, the movie's kind of like does not make sense. Like, I feel like it's the same way when people are like, I didn't really care for Jungle Cruise. Well, you didn't get the ride. Like, I feel like if you don't get the ride, the movie's kind of like does not make sense. Like, I feel like it's the same way when people are like, I didn't really care for Jungle Cruise. Well, hello, like the point of the movie is to be like corny, like the ride.
Right,
Do you know what
right,
I'm
right,
saying?
right. Yeah,
The
and Disney's starting to do that more with it's like everything's kind of based off their attractions. Like they're not
Oh
necessarily.
yeah, they don't want to spend any more money than they have to.
Yeah,
Huh.
right, right.
I didn't know the Jungle Cruise. I was trying to get on that bitch, but it was like an hour wait, and I was like, "Fuck this." Is that like a movie too?
Yeah, The Rock,
Yeah, The Rock,
What's it called?
Jungle
Jungle
Cruise,
Cruise.
dude,
Oh, I haven't seen
dude,
it.
dude. Pay attention, bro.
So the movie itself is called Jungle Cruise with The Rock.
Just like the ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's based off the ride. The ride came
What?
first.
That's weird because I went through
Same
the
thing with
Haunted
Haunted
Mansion.
Mansion. The
I went
same
through
thing.
that and I thought that thing was boring as hell. Just like I'm just like how's like
That is
it did
crazy.
you said something about getting if you don't get the ride. I didn't
Yeah.
understand the ride at all. Like I just it was cool. Like they're like you go through this like mirror thing and like there's ghosts behind you. It was fun, but like uh
He's like, it was fun, but I hated it.
yeah.
I know. I like try. You gotta, like I said, watch one of the documentaries about it on Disney Plus, and your mind will like seriously be blown. Like all the work
Okay.
that went into those.
I'll try.
Disneyland one is better though, especially when they have the Nightmare Before Christmas layover. Fantastic.
Oh.
That would be
Actually, they
cool.
did a third. They did another. Didn't they do a Muppets one too?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Which I thought was crazy because like I've never seen this before when it comes to like streaming services or like in theaters or anything. It was only like 40 minutes long. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy that they were just like, yeah, we're only gonna make it like 40-minute runtime.
Oh, I've seen stuff like that before.
Almost a short film. You know what I mean? I was like, whoa, that's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I remember when one Thanksgiving when the Muppets did a special on ABC with Lady Gaga, like of
Oh
all
wow.
people, and it was like 40 minutes long. It's the same thing. So it wasn't as shocking to me, but yeah, I think that one's okay. I wasn't like a huge fan of the Muppets.
Are you a Lady Gaga fan?
Oh, 1000%. Yeah, that's like one of the only
So
pop singers I like enjoy.
Oh, cool.
so I don't know if you watched, so she's gonna be in Joker too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So pumped.
She's playing Harley Quinn, yeah. That seems like it's gonna be interesting.
It's ironic is as excited as I am about that, I'm very kind of like also hesitant because I'm like, why is there? I don't think there needs to be a Joker musical, but that's
Oh
you
right,
know
yeah, there's gonna be like a lot of singing and shit,
a
yeah.
little odd, but yeah,
I
Yeah,
think
that is weird.
I think Warner Brothers has the chance to pull like because what the route they've been going down, especially with like the DC shit, it's almost like they're just going dark and dark and dark and even more
Mhm.
darker. And I think even with this musical style thing, I think it's still gonna be just it's I love Batman though, and I love Joker, so I'm very biased.
Yeah, it's a cool little story, dude. I mean, it's cool to like put it off in its own world a little bit, like it's not connected really to anything else, which is interesting. Like I almost want to get like a Batman version of the new Joker movie, you know? Like how crazy would that be, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean he's young and like this Joker's like older, so like the timeline doesn't really make sense, but that'd be kind of cool to see it filmed like this, more realistic, right? Like less of him like flying through the air and shit, and like and
Oh yeah.
like just the new
what
Bat.
was your thoughts about?
That, but
Yeah, what was your thoughts about Pattinson's Batman?
Fucking brilliant.
yeah, I think
1000%.
yeah, I mean it was like a noir film, right? It was like a crime noir, which is cool.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say that it was like it was more realistic where like he's everything's darker and like he doesn't have like the absolute craziest gadgets and shit, which can kind of make it a little more, cartoony and kind of hacky a little bit, but it's more like down to earth, like it's almost like a detective movie, you know?
Yeah, it is. It 100% it is. And the Riddler was fucking brilliant. I have the mannequin dressed up over here as the
Yeah,
Riddler.
dude, and that kid at the deleted scene with the Joker.
Uh,
Wow.
oh, that was phenomenal, dude. That
yeah.
should have been kept
Wow.
in.
Seriously, like what were they thinking? Like, especially if they're gonna do another one and have him in it, that kid was great, dude. And you don't
Yeah.
even really see him, just his voice, his laugh. I was like, oh my god, it's like from the animated series. You know what I mean? Like it was perfect.
Yeah, and I felt like Robert Pattinson's Batman is probably like the closest we've gotten to like my favorite depiction of Batman is always going to be Bruce Wayne and Batman Beyond. I grew up on that series as a kid,
Oh
so
wow,
I
yeah,
feel like that
yeah.
was the closest we got to
Yeah.
that.
Oh, Batman Beyond. I forgot about Batman
I
Beyond.
did too.
Sick.
So my thoughts on it. Where like we're going into this, I was so fucking aggravated that RP was going to be doing this. I'm just like, this is not. He's not Batman. He's not Bruce Wayne. Like, there's no way. And I didn't even go see it in theaters. I was being a little bitch, and I'm like, I don't like this. I'm not going to go see this. And oh God, I regret it so bad because it's truly one of my favorite films ever. Like, I loved it so much, and I'm so pumped for whatever else they do, man. Like,
Yeah.
even like, you know, like were you talking about that, John? Like getting RP and Joaquin Phoenix, like their timelines together. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, well, like something of the sort where like I'm wondering if in this new Joker movie if you'll see like a teenage Batman, because like what I'm saying is the timeline doesn't really match up. Like the newer Joker movie was like not in present time. I don't think it was like
I was like
80s, right?
70s or
Late
80s.
70s or 80s. So like
Because it felt very Taxi Driver.
yeah, absolutely. And in the movie, like Batman is a child, like he's a kid. Like he sees him at the Wayne mansion and he's a child. And like Joaquin Phoenix is obviously like in his like late 40s, early 50s. So like the timeline doesn't really match up for them to like really go at each other. But
It would have, but they've already announced that, you know, that'll never happen. The
right.
timelines won't switch. Like, that's still like, wouldn't that be a perfect duo? Like,
Oh, I'd be
because
sick.
I can't be the only one who thinks this. I think Joaquin Phoenix is brilliant as the Joker. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was
absolutely.
great. And it made a lot more sense. It like dove into the less of like the villain aspect and more of like the victim aspect
Yeah,
where
feeling bad for him.
society failed him and he's kind of they've kind of created this monster, which was cool, but it doesn't feel like a superhero movie, right?
Mhm.
So which I liked, and I don't think the new Batman felt like a superhero movie. It felt like a crime movie where like these people are just like kind of fucked in the head. Like
And
there's people
he
just running around as dressing as bats and shit, and like it's definitely odd, but it's more realistic, I think.
even RP, man, he's like not perfect. You know, like he kind of fucks up and hits that bridge or whatever, and like just fucking, I don't know how he
Yeah,
doesn't die, but
and he doesn't have all these crazy gadgets. He's driving like just the smooth black car, like he's got the motorcycle and shit, but like, and he's not like fucking jacked out of his mind, he's
yeah.
like he doesn't look like a superhero. He just looks like this guy that I really could believe is kind of out there in New York somewhere or some shit, like
Mhm.
just a
And it
badass billionaire,
shows him wearing the eyeliner and stuff. Like, I like that. So
Yeah, and he's got like the hair. He
Oh,
looks
I
like
love that he didn't take it off and it just magically disappear. I love
yeah.
that about yes.
yeah,
Anyway,
cool movies.
Zachary, I don't. John and I just went on a rampage about fucking Batman and Joker. Sorry.
Hey, no complaints. I love Batman.
What else we want to talk about? We got any more movie talks or what?
I want to know. Like, I was telling John this earlier. You know, he like I said, he's making his film. He's pretty much damn near done with it. I'm trying to create something. We have other friends who are creating things and making great fucking films. John and I, we have a dream that we can meet up for a week, you know, 2 week and a half, something like that.
Yeah, 10 days would be
Completely,
nice.
yeah, completely shoot something out. And I was telling him, I was like, you know what? I want to hire Zachary here, Living Dead Boy, as our fucking makeup artist because the shit that you do is just insanely brilliant, and
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine having anybody else do it just because, you know, like I and this is no exaggeration. I scroll through and I see your stuff and I immediately, because you know everybody, like I kind of just like thumb through for a little bit and then I'm done. I check my messages, I'm out of there. But if I thumb through and I see yours, I stop. I'm just like, fucking hell!
Yeah,
Like,
it's so good. I
how do you
click on
do
I
that?
click
I really appreciate it.
I click on his page again. If I see like the new post, I click on
Yeah,
it again and then I scroll through more. It is really brilliant, man. And I think you could I think you could, especially if you've done some haunts and stuff like that with, makeup and stuff like that. I think you can get into movies a little bit doing that kind of makeup too.
at least indie. You know, like if that's not
Definitely, definitely.
if
That's
you
the
have
best shit to get into anyway.
yeah, like if you have your career that you're going for and you're setting that, and I encourage you to do so. But like hey, I want to have like fun. I want to do this as well. Dude, there's a ton of indie people who would definitely take on your
Definitely.
fucking talents. Like
I'll
crazy.
definitely. I've had a couple people reach out that are working on indie films. I don't know if you know that guy, Ben Graves is one of them that asked me to do work on some of his short films.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I get very anxious when it comes to stuff like that, but who knows? Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Why is it
Do you get like imposter syndrome? Like, do you feel like you're gonna not do good?
I feel like I'm gonna fuck it up 1000%.
Well, guess
really?
what? Welcome to the club, because that's basically all of us. I'm being dead serious. Like, I told, doing my movie and like filming everything, I'd go to Taylor, and every once in a while I'd be like, I just feel like, I don't know, like I just feel like people, I hope people like it, and like all this shit, and like I get the same thing where like I feel like if I do good, it's like a fluke, and I'm not going to be able to
Oh,
perform.
without question. I'm the same fucking way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
without
well,
question.
your resume here is says otherwise. I really think you should think about it. You know what I mean? Like, if like I said, if we were to ever do something, I mean, you'd be one of the first people we'd call, because like
Yeah.
it's good, and then you wouldn't have to worry about it, because if we all fuck up anyway. So
Yeah,
That's true.
I was
I've definitely seen it's definitely seen some stinkers, if you will, some shitty fan films, because I this year volunteered to like judge some of those for the Joe Bob Briggs Jamboree thing. So he has to go
Mhm.
through like a million of them. So he has like people judge the films, and then he'll do like the top like 20 or whatever the hell. And there's some questionable stuff on there for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
yeah. See,
I don't know anything about this. Tell me about that.
Basically he has like a certain group of people, and my friend Nikki Crypt, I don't know if y'all follow her or not. You should,
Yeah.
because
Yes, I do.
cool post. But she asked me if I wanted to be a part of like this group that judges for his like jamboree thing that he has every October. And basically before the movies he plays before that event, he'll play some fan films, like whatever one that is like the best of the best. But to get to that, you have to go through several hundred terrible
yeah,
ones. But
just a
there's
bunch of
always like
submissions.
it literally, some of these look like people thought of an idea, filmed it in 30 seconds, and then said fuck it. And
Yeah,
I just
yeah. See,
and
I mean, there's
no
stuff like,
color grading. They can't even put like a
yeah,
filter for it.
right,
I'm like,
yeah, that's tough.
That's the hardest thing with me. Like, I've learned so much from John. Like, John's like this and that and that and this, and he's showing me what he's doing and how he's color grading and what he's editing and how he's doing it. And so, thankfully, if it weren't for John, I'm not gonna say anything about mine. I like only thing I will say about mine is that the artwork is fucking killer. The
Badass.
the guy who's doing the artwork for it it's the best part of the film. But um but I did learn, like you got to get some color grading, you got to get some grain, you got to get some fucking
oh,
like
without
that.
question.
Yeah,
And
it needs a little character.
yeah.
It's
So
like no matter how good your makeup is, everything's gonna look better if you do the lighting right and add
Yeah,
contrast and shit like that.
yeah.
Without
absolutely.
question.
And it takes a while to do. It takes a lot of work to flesh out those details, because you can't just, you might be able to throw a filter on something, but like if the lighting isn't right, or depending on where it was shot, it might not look right. Like
No,
I
no.
had some problems in my film where like I was shooting in the woods, and I would color grade it a certain way. I color graded this one scene a certain way, of like, in my story there's this demon and he looks fucking pretty awesome, but like he's in the woods, it's very green, and I shot it, and I put it through, I color graded everything, and it looked really awesome. I did like this really dark green color grade where like almost it had a green tint like over the whole thing, and because it was like a nightmare sequence, so it was like I wanted it to look different than the rest of the movie. um
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, this looks fucking awesome, he looks great, he has a red cloak, so like the red was popping and the green in the background was popping. I'm like, this is brilliant. Then I watched it on a TV, and I was like, oh, this looks like shit, like because of the amount of pixels on a bigger screen, like just made it look like shit, and it was
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
overexposed, and like just looked bad. And I was like, oh my God, you really got to think about stuff like that. And you don't really, you could easily fuck up that way if you don't know, if you don't do your research and don't know about that kind of stuff. And like, I almost made those mistakes where I had to go back in and be like, all right, I can't do what I want to do right there. I got to do something different. Pretty wild.
Where do you shop?
As in like clothing, makeup,
Yeah,
or
yeah, clothing. Where did you get that jacket?
Shane. Sorry, little. Never mind. I was about to say it, but sorry, people, sweatshop workers. It's cute. It works. And then that's Terra threads or gutter garbs, one of those. And then everything else, I just buy basic pieces for cheap and then make them my own.
Really?
Good shit.
Yeah, like all my shit with patches on it and stuff is just like vest from Amazon or thrift store or whatever, and then just put patches and shit all over it.
What you're wearing just reminds me of Marilyn Manson.
Oh, yeah, Mechanical Animals era. Yeah. I used to look like that every day, shaved eyebrows.
Really?
It was a time. It was a time. Yeah, you can go like all the way back on my Instagram in like 2016, 17. Yeah.
What do people say? Do you live in a small town?
I wouldn't say necessarily small town. I'd say I just live in the South. So you already know, bitch, that's gonna have that's already gonna have stairs. I feel like now that I wear more just like I feel like I wouldn't say basic makeup, but like, I have eyebrows now. I used to wear no eyebrows, the black eyeshadow, smeared lipstick. People would literally take their phone out, flash photography in the middle of Walmart. No shame.
Really?
No shame. But nowadays I feel like it's really not. Most people don't even pay attention.
Do you go out like this right here?
Oh, like this? Depending on what it is. Like this is more than likely what I'm gonna wear whenever I go see Zombie next month.
Really? Dude, that's so cool. Like you have this. I just wish I could do that. Like I feel like I want to be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna like do up and just go somewhere. But if I'm not wearing a mask, man, it's hard. You got some balls, dude.
Just don't do like a trench coat, dude, or anything, okay?
No, I can't.
Let me tell you. Oh God, no. No, because that's why I ended up getting expelled from my original school that I went to when I was in high school because I thought I was going to shoot it up because they thought I was like, because I was into Marilyn Manson and everything. I'm like, I don't own a gun, but go off.
Right. And that's exactly what he used to talk about. He's like, you guys are all focused on me, and it's all these
Yeah.
these other crazy people that you're not paying attention to. The parents are dumb and all this shit.
I love watching those interviews back then. Like
he was completely right.
So blunt about it too. But yeah, speaking of
trench, are y'all Manson fans?
Fuck yeah.
I like a little bit of his music. But... Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He got into some shit, right?
Yeah, but considering that girl is best friends with that Amber Heard chick, it's like,
you never know. Well, you just never know what you hear in the fucking, what are you gonna do? I mean, everybody's got something weird, we went through a 5-year phase where like there was something going on, It's like,
you gotta separate art from artists.
I like shit in bed. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know why they got pissed at Amber for pooping in the bed. Like, that's something I do daily, almost, if not every other day.
Straight people be like,
Jesus, yeah. Yeah, he's like, you guys are fucking weird. Yeah, that's funny. So, like, when you were in school, did you do a lot of makeup stuff then?
No, it was like basic, like a little bit of tinted moisturizer, so I didn't look like a toe.
Right.
But yeah, I still did it like for certain things. Like I remember I had a group of friends and we would go to haunts and makeup. What?
Yeah, just the toe
thing.
Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, hello, you're in high school.
Yeah, that got
problem.
That was hilarious.
That was good. Holy shit. I gotta clip that.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny.
All right, go forward. That was brilliant. Keep saying toe and stuff like that.
Yeah, what was where was the story going? So you wasn't
expecting that much of a reaction.
So you did a little bit of makeup, nothing crazy.
No, just to make the skin look better. So I didn't, like I said, it didn't look like a toe. Hello.
Right. That's cool.
Well,
I probably should have done that too because I was pretty ghoulish.
Man, I had long. I looked like a. I don't know. I was like a hip. I don't know fucking what I was. I had
Oh
long
God, I look like
hair.
a homosexual.
A what?
I said I look like a homosexual. That's for sure. During that time of my life, God, my hair like the fucking swoop. I
Yeah,
don't know.
were
I
you
definitely look more
like
like a
My
lesbian in high
Chemical
school.
Romance stuff?
Oh, I look like such a lesbian in high school. Like
Really?
I definitely look like I played with knives on my wrists in my free time in high school, without question.
How old are you?
24.
Oh wow.
24? Okay, all right, all
You're
right.
young as fuck. So that wasn't even that long ago.
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. But people be like, "Oh God, that was years ago," and you think about it, and you're like, "Yeah, it kind of was." Like I can't when people talk about like 2016, and you're like, "Damn, that was quite a bit ago."
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Yeah. Damn, John, we're
And
10
that
years
feels like
older.
yesterday.
Yeah, we're 10 years older than you.
Damn. Did
Yeah,
y'all see the pyramids when they were built?
Oh, I love you. Um,
maybe just a couple blocks.
so were you they were hard to move too, man.
Yeah,
They were
man. Geez, they
big
were
Y'all
heavy,
fist
dude.
motherfuckers.
bumping? Y'all fist bumping with Jesus?
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
funny.
so like did you ever go through that emo stage like the whole like 2008 style, you know?
No. I was in well,
Or
partly, but not.
2005 to 2008, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say partly only because of the way my hair looked, but I feel like the way I dress and stuff, no. Because like in 2010, I was in like sixth grade, so I wasn't really going too crazy with the way I dressed and stuff until I was in like high school.
Yeah, see in 2000
And I
or
also like
see.
I really wasn't into the like besides like Motionless and White and like Ice Nine Kills. I'm not really into the whole like emo
No?
bands. That's not my thing. No, I'm
Really?
all about the 80s heavy metal and hair metal. That's kind of like,
Oh, that's cool. Well, that's cool. See, like
and I like new metal.
me
Yeah.
growing up, yeah, new metal's fucking great. Me growing up like with the, like when My Chemical Romance come out and you had fucking like the Used and um I don't know, Taking Back Sunday and just a bunch of shit, that was so much fun, and listen to them now, they're just so nostalgic. Um so that's about, but it's hard to make. Do you ever listen to it?
I listened to some of it because like when the Warp Tour era was like a thing.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously there were other bands besides Motionless and White, so it's like you can't, kind of a little bit broader ranges, but I just like it wasn't really my thing, and it still really isn't. Like I like some My Chemical Romance songs, like maybe one or two,
Hmm.
but that's probably because I've been like I feel like I see everybody post about like a specific like three songs, and you're like, okay, your head's been kind of like conditioned into liking it, I guess.
Yeah, I
Mm,
mean, it makes sense. Makes sense. I was gonna say something
absolutely.
earlier. You fucking cracked me up, dude.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking dying. I'm actually like gonna have a heat stroke because I don't even have a fan in this bitch. I'm fucking laughing too hard, dude.
Oh yeah, the fan below for sure.
I need that shit
I've got
going.
I've got my fan blowing on my saggy fucking wet wall
Oh, I thought you were gonna
right
say
now.
something else, bro. Jesus.
I know. I was like, damn, I gotta go.
Click delete.
Well, to be honest, we are coming up on an hour, so
Hey, it was fun having you on.
yeah, it really
Um,
Of
was. This was
course.
a blast. Before we do go, what do you think your favorite I guess would you call them cosplays when you do the makeup and you do the
I suppose I always just say like a look. I'm doing a look.
yeah.
A look.
What's your
Yeah.
favorite like as far
look,
as the ones you've posted, like what's your favorite one you've done?
Probably at the moment it's probably either Terrifier or God, I'm trying to think. I always forget about the shit I do when I'm like scrolling through my page. I'm like, oh yeah, I've done that already. Probably the bride from the Haunted Mansion.
Nice.
oh
Yeah.
god, Haunted Mansion sucks.
Yeah, I'll make sure to block your page after we get off here.
That's
Hey, real
great.
quick, I was going to ask you. This is what I was going to ask you. How long does it take normally to do this? Like your whole process? Do you do YouTube or anything?
No, I've been asked to do that or TikTok like tutorials and shit several times, but I don't know, it's already a long enough process as it is. Like just for like this, like for what we're doing now, I started getting ready at like probably like 7.
Holy shit.
Oh wow.
I woke up at
But then
8:50. I
some
was like,
things
oh,
like because
oh
I take
fuck.
all my photos.
Oh
You
yeah.
take them all?
Yeah, no, because I take every single one. So that is like a whole process now to put like because the reason I have a fan on right now, so I've got like lights set up to where it's
Oh
everything is
yeah.
lit right. But and having to do that when you're like color grading something for a photo, like whenever I did like the Exorcist photos, you have to make sure you get the blue not too dark, otherwise you can't see shit.
You
Right.
So it
realize you're
has to be like a
ta-
light blue and
you realize
what?
you're very talented. Like you're
Oh, I appreciate that.
the color grade, the everything that you're doing is very talented.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't ever underestimate that at all because that what you're it's I love it. I
And
truly love it.
it's unique in the sense of like I don't think I've seen, you know what I mean? Maybe when you get up, I haven't, I don't follow a lot of people that do makeup, but like, I guess I would just refer to them as cosplays. They're not really, but like your
It's a
looks
look,
and
dude.
your looks and the imitations of some of the movies you've done are the best I've seen. So like, I mean, just keep doing it because it's fucking awesome.
I really appreciate that.
And
Thank you.
a lot of people like it.
Do
So
do you ever go through like a writer's block? Like what the fuck
Oh,
do I
with
do?
literally 1,000 times. And also because I've been, which is funny. It's like when I'm like the most busiest, ironically, is like because we've been remodeling a house to move into and everything. But I, in the process of being like busy with that and everything, I've been able to roll out looks. But when I'm just like have free time on my hands, it's like I
tough.
can't think of anything. Can't
Yeah.
think of
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, I think it happens to all of us, really. Um, yeah, I don't know. Your work is killer. It
Yeah,
really
it
is.
is. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The editing, the fucking makeup, the lighting, you taking your own pictures. Do you live alone or
No, not right now. No.
so whoever you live with, they're just they're just like, oh, it's fucking Zach in there taking pictures again.
Oh yeah, not
Listening
not
to
surprised.
Motionless in White.
Yeah.
Not fucking surprised at all. And even my neighbors, they just not surprised. I'm not really like friendly with my neighbors. Like I'm like we mind our business. Like if you need, if power goes out and you need a candle or something, here, have one. But like besides that, leave me the fuck alone. Like don't
You're in the
don't
South.
call my
Yeah.
house.
You're in the
Yeah.
South. I can only imagine you walking
Oh
out of
my
your
God.
house and your neighbors just like walking in their house.
In the
They're like,
blaring
nope.
sun looking like this. Yeah, they're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Yeah.
You should just walk by them and be like,
Get
don't
in the
say a
car
word.
and leave the bitch. Yeah. I have one that used to wave at me. He's gone now though. But
Rest in peace.
Oh, I don't mean like gone. I mean like his wife kicked him out. Which could
Yeah,
be
well,
RIP too. You never
fuck
know.
him then. Cheater.
Oh
God.
God. That's funny.
That is funny.
Yeah, they
All
treated
right.
their dog shit.
They
Oh, that
treat their
sucks.
dogs like shit?
They treated their dog. I mean, they ended up getting him sent to somebody else that's actually a good home, thank God. But
Oh, good.
yeah, no, they were treating him like shit, just leaving him outside and shit. I'm like, no
That's
food, water.
terrible.
Really?
Yeah,
That's fucked up.
terrible. Yeah.
People complain about me because I do my son that way, and I'm just like, hey, it's my kid, okay? I've got this.
Oh God, I don't know. Where else are you gonna put him? Yeah,
I mean, it's the South, we can do what we want down here.
Oh
yeah. Just
God.
chain him up in the backyard. Cup of water.
You fucking
Well, hey,
Southerners.
I tell you what, you live awfully close to Gatlinburg, right?
About 4 hours. Yeah.
I'm 3.5 hours from Gatlinburg, and we go there all the fucking time. Let me know when you're going. Let's try to plan a trip. We'll go get drunk there, okay?
I will let you happily drink alcohol. I'm not a drinker myself, shocking.
Okay, well that's fine. You walk around and you guide me to the next one, but we're gonna hang out, okay?
And if you do, you have to paint Taylor's face, and I need a picture immediately.
Dude, yes, we
Definitely.
should meet up. We should meet up. We should get a fucking hotel and like we do what's up and we go out on the fucking town. We walk down the strip of Gatlinburg.
That would
Go
be
into
such
we
a
like
need to do like
killer
black metal
video.
makeup. We need to do like black metal makeup and go to Dollywood.
That would
Yes.
be
That's my
the
aesthetic,
best video.
without question.
Just
Right.
you two walking down the street as a YouTube video, like Check the Candy absolutely needs that.
Yes,
Both of you in
dude.
full makeup, full attire, everything. Taylor definitely.
At
does
least he has a
glasses,
beard.
too.
He won't. Yeah, at least he has a beard. He won't get the "Are you a man or a woman?" question.
Yeah, that'd be an
I
awesome
would
video.
I
Holy
would
shit.
totally do that. That would be so much fun. My wife
Oh,
would
it'd be,
get a fucking
it'd be
kick out
so
of that.
good. She would film the whole thing and it'd be
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah. She'd do the whole thing.
I just want to see the reactions.
But yeah, we can go to like Gatlinburg. You just walk up and down both strips and just kind of fucking hit this and hit that. Um, Imagine going to the Old Smoky, you and I dressed up like you are right now. Like you realize how they're all in like fucking overalls, like one's
It'd
hanging
be
off.
so good. It'd be so good. Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be such a fun video.
You could you could even incorporate overalls, I feel like. Just in a better, snazzier way.
We'll let Zach do the fucking style.
Dress up like what's his name from God, you lunkhead. What's his name from Creepshow? Jordy Barrel. You
Oh yeah,
lunkhead.
yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. That'd be great. Put moss all over him and shit.
For real.
We should do this. We should make this happen.
Yeah, that would be a great Check the Candy video. Check the Candy YouTube channel needs that fucking video because it would be unbelievable.
And you don't
Great
have to
idea.
Maybe then you'd have subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe.
But
all right.
way, yeah, it's been a good time. Good time.
Yeah, for sure.
With you. Anybody who has not checked out his page, you need to. It's fucking brilliant. We've said it over and over.
Yeah, we'll link his Instagram down below so you guys can check it out. Killer work. Just awesome looks. Great photos. Just a killer job all around, man. And we were both really excited to have you on. And it's been a blast.
Yeah.
Thank you. I had a great time. Great questions.
Oh, awesome. Good.
We're going to we're definitely gonna do a short film. We're gonna do a long film. We're gonna do a medium film. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But
a medium film. That's a new genre right there. I'm down for it. Medium film.
Yeah.
We're either way. I want to get you on board to do some of the making.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
I agree. I'm serious.
And there's no like, oh, I might fuck up. Who cares? We might fuck up. You know,
I'm also I'm telling you right now, some people have watched this new movie of mine and they like it and they've been asked to be part of the team for the next film. And if I can put together a team, man, I'm giving you a call. So be prepared.
I gotta ask before we go. I gotta ask, what are your thoughts about, because I'm very hesitant. What are your thoughts about The Exorcist Believer?
Woo!
That's a good topic.
Are you believing or not? I'm not.
You're not believing?
Yeah, I don't believe it. No.
All right.
I'm excited.
John's
I'm excited
like
for the first one because they're re-releasing the first one October 1st in theater, so that'll be great.
Yeah.
So have something a palate cleanser before we have to go into that David Gordon Green mess.
Man,
okay.
This is my favorite movie of all time. The original.
Yeah.
It's my favorite movie of all time. I will say, as far as the trailer goes, the first 2 minutes I hated. I was like, this feels like a Blumhouse film, which obviously it is. Obviously it is a Blumhouse film, but it felt like one for sure. But the last 20 seconds, I was like, wow, okay, this is what I'm talking about. They had some stuff where I was like, when she smiles, I was like, oh wow, this is what I'm talking about. This is The Exorcist. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to be optimistic.
The only thing I didn't like was the upside down cross in the forehead, because I'm like, that's so like.
That's very, yeah, it is too. It's like they were like, yeah, we're gonna really lean into it.
We don't need that. We don't need pentagrams. That's so like 2000.
Yeah, that was very odd.
That's for the people wearing black craft cult.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to stay optimistic, so we'll see. It did get me the more I watched the trailer, the last 20 seconds, I was like, okay, all right, there's some things that were done right here, I can tell, but if that's gonna be the whole movie, I'm not sure. So we're gonna have to stay tuned to see, I guess.
You don't want to see it after Halloween ends.
Oh god. Don't get Taylor stuff.
I love that movie.
Hey, we're trying to end the episode here.
And you don't like the Haunted Mansion? Get
No.
the fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out of here. God.
Okay.
Dude,
Like,
dude,
what?
I love you, dude.
Hear me out.
I love you, dude. This is the best. I wish we would have gone into this fucking a half an hour earlier.
I know. All right, hear me out on this real quick. I am not a dialogue person, okay? Whenever I hear and see dialogue, I tune out immediately. So The Exorcist is a very dialogued film. Good parts, amazing parts, great fucking movie, but it's just I'm just like, God, I'm fucking bored, you know? And I felt from this trailer, I followed it very well. I think that it is not going to be as dialogue driven. So in that sense, I think I'm going to like the film. But I also liked Halloween Ends and I hate the Haunted Mansion. So
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyway. Anyway, it was great having you on, man. Keep doing what you're doing. We'll definitely have you on again. And for projects in the future, I'm just saying, we'll keep in touch. All right.
Definitely. Yep. We should do a Halloween episode around October. Talk all things Halloween.
I'm down for that. I'm totally down for that. We'll definitely do that. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Thank you so much for coming on. You have a good night. All right.
Of course. You too.
All right. Later.
Deuces.